It's another beautiful Monday, and thank you for watching Eswatini TV as we bring you a Cuppa with Nomcebo. This is a show where you get to meet quite a diverse number of people with different stories, some of them inspirational, some of them life-changing, and some of them will motivate you to actually, put your life first and do what is good for yourself and for your community. Today, we have a very interesting guest with us with a very, very interesting story. He was an ex-convict. He used to steal cars. He used to sell drugs. And he used to commit a lot of fraud in so many instances where he used to work. And he was incarcerated for quite a number of years. I'm talking about Phumlani Smilane, who is joining us today to share his story about how he got into such a lifestyle, of being a criminal and be convicted and actually come out a better person. Phumlani, thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
Phumlani, your story is amazing, and ngifuna kuqala ukuthi ngibonge ukuthi ube nesibindi sokuthi utohlala lapho utosharisha story sakho, which I know a lot of people would be afraid to actually, share such a story.
Yeah.
You are a young man ukhula enhlangano. I was just telling you about just a little background ukuthi ke ngibani Phumlani.
Yeah. Phumlani Smilane ligama lami libe ngisebenzisa Moses liwe ngalithandi. And then ke ngisuka enhlangano, although nyalo based ngalabo mbabane Eswatini. So today he's a pastor from down to zero.
Yeah. To
be where I am. I think kakhulu what is lokwangenda ngene intoni letinene. Part of was the family setup, because mauva ngati ubane rejection or maybe bayakuhlukanisa. That what maybe le young teens are trickerisha then ge lokunengi lebese ngwenda lokufaka ema cases ekuganga nako konke. To me it was part of it was a revenge, although I didn't know ukuthi ngilaya bani. Yeah, but it is exactly how I felt, because kuboshwa kwami bengu enjoya. It's something like where you feel like it's a trophy. Kuboshwa
getting into trouble.
Getting into trouble.
Yeah, it's fulfilling.
Exactly.
Okay, let's just start the story, from the beginning. Here you are, a young man, very handsome, and then at some point, because it share with me, you also have this passion for Ebola. Just tell us about that. It was night team we are Ebola, we are Tatageke, and then you developed that soccer team. Please do share that with us.
Yes, nang sasabenda e supreme where life begahle, ngisebenda ngkhona kuhola ngibe nemali, and I was also selling cars. Then ngase ngihawukela ikeke Happy Stars, and with the beauty of Ebola then negotiate ukuthi okay ngicela kuyi-runner as a manager. That time manager coach was not in people's mind, so ngakukopa nje from abroad, Europe. I like Manchester United even today, so ngayithanda indlela Ferguson that was doing things. So ngaku implement kugeke Happy Stars with those players, and then I took the team abangphanga team. I just ran the team bakhona labantu abadala, but they were not doing anything. Then I removed the team from Geke yabuya inhlangano kwaba ne clubhouse, and then I was doing everything for the boys, and so yakheka kwaba team, and then they start to win, and then we go for him in knockout kusuka ku margin kuya ku Premier League, then sadlala sawina, then masifika ka Premier League, then kwaba ke sekuvuka kumsindo ukuthi team yakeke le team ayisiya Phumlani. Then Phumlani so no, I didn't say
then
the team.
Then the talking started.
Yes,
the fighting.
Ownership. Yeah.
It's a successful soccer team. Ego Premier League, and it's all thanks to you.
In fact, bona bebacabanga ukuthi there's a lot of money. Vele imali beyikhona, but Phumlani I never had that in mind. Yena bethanda nje ukuthi do something.
No push by passion.
Passion yebona.
Understandable. So there you are, guys. So you did the Premier League, unale football team, uyayekela. You lost interest because of the talking njengoba
Yeah.
you shared.
Yeah.
And then uyasho ukuthi usuka enhlangano ufika eMbabane, wakhatha impilo eMbabane illa eTulu.
High time.
And you want to play catch up. Ubambe lizinga laseMbabane. How was that?
Nangiyekela ibhola because I have to maintain the status sami ukuthi I'm a young man, I have to fit in the town. Because Mbabane was at that time even today. So I had to ukuthi nangiyekela ibhola ngibuke ukuthi ngidawuduma ngani. Ngifuna kwatiwa basically. So nangifika ngisebenza ePanethe, then some other friends of mine bangitshela ukuthi hey usebenza kahle, usebenza e-furniture shop, and that time it was the first lapha eNetbank le building the sayivula khona iPanethe. I was working there. So bangitshela ukuthi i-furniture shop kunemali, and then sengigcina ngiyasherisha nje la ngathi hey ngithengisile namhla ngithengise 50,000 cash. So I said what? Ngithi mina ngithengise 50,000 cash, omnye customer lifikile lathenga 50,000 cash.
Why thanks?
Yeah, ngithengisele. And then some guys say no Phumlane ubuye la angikuva nje uthini. Ngithi mina no ngithengise i-furniture ya 50,000 cash.
Yes.
For the customer. Company receive 50,000 out of my sales. Masike yena no Phumlane man. Anyalo lobuya le makhaya sola uvuki. Le mali engaka wena unika belungu. Yebo.
Yeah. So your friends are trying to encourage you now
in fact,
yeah, you know, banners.
So nabakhuluma in a way ukuthi Phumlane mozvele imali sonke siyayithini. Wena utopha belungu mali. Then ngiyaclicka ke no man should vele khona lesingakona. Bese no bungitshela next time makwende uthola ideal njani. Uthi mina ngenda njani? Uthi no thatha le mali sibone ukuthi singenda njani. Then vele kwendeka because of the events in the country, uthola ukuthi bana ama events for Kingsbay or whatever. So they change the finish, and the people sometimes better in numbers, and especially the country in Swaziland. Now ubuka through ubuka ngemehlo efurniture. It's a rich country than South Africa and the other countries. Banbala Eswatini banemali, cash baba nayo. Yes.
And there you are, utkanza one time, gudal customer.
100,000 cash. Little finish.
What did you do after those whispers from your friends?
I say no. Sengtrainiwe phela njalo, well clear. No way. Mavele ngabona ukuthi 100,000 atlo mali, yes 100,000 ufuna wabala ngathi okay sit here my sister. Ngahamba ngaza ngithengela ngisho drink.
Yeah.
Ahlale abe relaxed. I cooked the deal. Ngathatha lo 10,000 kulo 100,000. Ngavula i-HP account. Lokusho ukuthi awuthenga ngesikweletu lo. Yes, high purchase. Umntana abantu wathi uthenga ini cash. Thatha lo 10,000 ngamfakela mina deposit uhleli lapha phansi. Lo enjoy drink ya Phumlane la ngathi Phumlane ndani. Then she went home. I pushed ukuthi deliver le into talo umuntu lo deposit enga 10,000. To the company deposit enga 10,000. Kuye uthenge nga cash 100,000. And ngenda i-fake receipt mina letamnika ithi 100,000 paid. That delivered it. Phumlane soyakhohlwa nasekudeliver into ukuthi kufanele aqhubeke phela manje bese umaintainer le account.
Exactly.
Basuka la i-company bahambela lo mali i-installment.
And that's how it came out.
That's how Phumlane
you know what, Phumlane, it's a very interesting story. We have to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, Phumlane is going to share more, I don't want to say horrifying, but, you know, astounding, you know, stories of all the criminality that he was involved in. Please do stay tuned. Just joined us, you're watching a Cuppa with Nomcebo, and today I'm having a conversation with Phumlane Smelane, an ex-convict who has been incarcerated for quite a number of criminal offenses such as fraud, stealing cars, and also selling drugs. I'm talking about a Swazi citizen, a Eswatini. Sometimes when we hear these stories, we just can't relate to them. We know what to say, Eswatini, we are gentle people. You know, that looks just like you and myself. And here you are, Pumlani, very interesting story, you know, about your journey. Utwacile ukuthi at some point wakhona ku defer you know your workplace, you know, uthatha 90,000 and lapho ngiyabona ukuthi as uchubeka you have nyalo more ideas on how to make money the legal way.
In fact, kwangivula umqondo lokuthi oh it's easy to make money. And then nangisuka lapho and then I hooked up with other guys after babonile ukuthi oh okay now you can do this. And then bang introduce ke kuma trucks. Yes, and then kuma trucks bang meet with another guy that was from Mozambique, Gamanzini. Then he took me to Mozambique. Then Mozambique bang fundisa kubona cocaine. Kuti cocaine yini cocaine. They place flour and then they place cocaine. Then they place in a stamp. Lubisi lwabantwana.
Wow.
Yes. Uma bakubeke ko 3 ungekho ngeke ukhone ukuhlukanisa. And then bangikhomba futhi ukuthi cocaine ungafaka a little bit of cocaine ku flour, ungafaka a little bit cocaine ku nestam, we mix and then we heat up a little bit, then it becomes a third class drug. But that's a very cheap one. So if ungayat bakuthengisela with a huge money.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes, abantu bayadojeka alaba hits laba wafuna go save my it doesn't give you that high that you get from just plain cocaine. Did you use drugs or you used to just sell the drugs?
I did smoke in Sango for 3 years. I know how it felt masopemile. Chola bangehlula bebungihlandisa all the time manje ngamnatha phansi Sango. I did Sango ngiyayati nje imnanzi noma injani ngiyayati and the 3 years nangibhema bengingakhona ukujora because bengenda mina ngibe shut off lo ngisisi nje bengingamfuni nakumboka. Yes, so
you're going to be antisocial.
Yeah, and I used to be too quiet and sometimes cry because of my past because I used to try to run away from my past. So nangise Mozambique, then they introduced me to my drugs and then senginemadlana because I now sengiyathi imali yakhe kanjani, and then with the way lengingiyo natural, they started by using me ukuthi ngitransporte lama trucks from Mozambique, Joburg, Botswana, Cape Town. And I used to drive alone.
Wow.
Ngihambe because I don't know what was happening. Benkhona. I remember the other huge consignment ngangayimikisa about 10 bags eBotswana ensango.
Wow.
Ngedwana ngemoto.
Got away with it.
Yeah.
Delivered everything
Very
smooth,
clean.
no hiccups.
Even no police. Labatangimisa bengiphume Oshoki. Ngiphume ngihambe kahle. Oshoki nangifika ngehla, oh, hey, unjani Smirani ukhona? Yebo uyapha hayi ngijika la eMel noma ngeJoburg. Bengingabukeki ngisigebengu. So people I don't know what was betraying them or whatever that was.
You're charming.
Maybe, I don't know.
you were charming.
So bengikhona driver alone ngiye eBotswana. Ufike deliver nsango. Bangibhadale, then that was a lot of money at the time. And I turned back with the car.
And then at some point you find yourself Kenya loges ngoba phela naku ema skills akho aya elevating, you know, you're getting better and better, you know, in what you're doing. You find yourself in South Africa.
In South Africa.
You are exposed to another life now that is stealing cars.
That was another beautiful one because discover, in fact mina ngiya konjingila emakhaya enhlangano. So I thought kweba imoto would be a big problem because it's a car, it's a big thing. But ngathi nangifika eJoburg bangitshela ukuthi now bakhipha bakubeke mall. Buka let moto le tifanana tonke. So now uthatha le moto le ukhipha le number plate ufaka lenye number plate. Kude indlela yokuhlukanisa ukuthi yabani.
Wow.
Yabo. So I started to learn that. Oh, okay. Then they took me to another site where in South Africa they pay a car for 3.5. Kube ngafike bathenge yakhe imoto sahamba ngayo. Basimisa airport noma kuma stop sign bakutshela ukuthi sifuna na imoto na isine customer kuphi na kuphi. So lo ngiyakwadi mina, I've never had with my so
Yeah.
nifike nime lapha nitbuke let moto, and then some of the cars nitlandzele to see ukuthi tihlalaphi. Then le moto le ayebiwa le moto ide ibhaya.
So, oh my word, here I am, I'm driving my car,
Yes.
and already Nisani identified, because you know what, this is the car that we are going to steal, and you tail these people.
Yes.
And when you steal these cars, is it at gunpoint, or maybe niyabayekela ukuthi bayipake kumbe ekhaya nifike niyigcekeze lapho or etitolo? How do you perform that?
My team was used to come at night, because leyo team being labo clever nyana labagangako. During the day, we are very smart people, lookable guys, decent, hamba nemachariot, and then all the lights.
You're clean, you don't look like a criminal.
So very good. So ebusuku, then we go. Hamba team maybe about 6 to 10 guys, and each guy funa buye neyakhe imoto. And target ayas akuthathwa noma ngiphi imoto kunet moto letifunakalako, because those cars has to go to Mozambique. Some of the cars have maybe go too far as Tanzania, some other cars. So each and every person la unika assignment ulanza imoto le kuphi. Thina besingakwadi lokhu ufike si kukhona bathi ligoqa le lokhu bayakwakha. So that special key opens any car.
Any car.
Yes, but they just start it for you. They take that thing to another car and then ganja. So when I work drive a motor till today, place where it's supposed to be. Yes.
So when you take the cars quickly before we go on to our next break, you wait for the owners ukuthi batipake le timoto.
Yes,
was there a situation whereby le timoto bentithatha nimuke loyo driver noma lo mnini wale moto?
Yes, it's kule team lebenguyo mina bekungende, but there is a team lebesebenza nayo lenye. Now, where maybe they will find good during the day they can take a car. Those guys kakhulu ngilaba lesanyana kule crime, where you'll find good those street boys even today bakhona labanjalo. They've been used to good bonaba. They only take the car. They just ask maybe 1.5 for the car. Good when nasota endani injengoba injalo, they don't care.
Right.
So in South Africa, even today, kuna laba seba extreme kubona kuma trucks laba badlanyalo. So they don't care as long kuna lendo laba ifuna kulakwe, they'll take that.
Wow. Pamlane, this is very interesting. We have to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, Pamlane will be sharing another element of his life, that is his identity, having trouble with his identity, as he was told at some point, what's akasiwa akasimelane. We'll be right back. Before we went on break, we did mention that at some point you're living a life, of being a criminal, selling drugs, to a point where you even moved to South Africa, where you continue to, to commit these crimes. And at some point in your life, you had this certain anger and this certain drive. You get the bad news, and that totally devastates you. How did you deal with that?
It was a huge one, because kuba lukhuni lokuvuma ukuthi awusiye we're part of the family. So kwangithatha isikhathi ku-adjusta neku-understanda kakhulu, because ma usesemusha uba ne-anger.
Right, another anger.
Yeah, uba ne-anger. So kakhulu ngiyo I think lebe behind i-life yami, ngalandzela yona kakhulu.
Yeah.
And then mangaphosisi mina nje since 1990 ngibe nayo 30 years ngihlala ngedwa during Christmas time. People used to share or celebrate.
Yes, it's Christmas. It's
Christmas.
So
mina I never.
And you never had that. You would be alone.
Alone. And maybe when wherever, because even my friends will go to their families. So.
And there you are. You're on your own. What's going through your head, Labo? it's Christmas njengoba usho.
Yeah, it's
I-anger.
anger, and then sometimes bengizama, that's why ngagcina ngena kuma-drugs, because sometimes I had ukuthi ngibheme or nginathele ngisangu umuntu oba drunk ngilale.
For an escape.
Yebo. So it was very tough for me, very tough, and ngiya-understand nyalo lokho ukuthi part of the reason impilo yami yaba so ngalinyadwa kwehluleka ku-accepta le identity.
Maybe
Yes, lokuthi akusiwa
so
kaSimelane.
that is one of the biggest factors.
Yes.
Ukuthi ukhetha impilo yokuthi you know, be a criminal.
In fact, bengithi in my mind, I rather die rather than to change ukuthi ngingabi wakaSimelane, because benga-understand ukuthi kwenzakalani. So konke lebengikwenda lapho bese ngikwenda ngingenanhliziyo with anyone.
Right.
Yes, with anyone. Even if ngingakhuluma iqiniso today, my father makangcwatshwa bengisejele. I
How
wanted.
did that make you feel you?
In fact, even today, my brother used to say to me, ukuthi ngiyesaba the way unesibinzi ngakhona. Ngithi
Yeah.
mina, if I was outside, bengidawukoda.
Yeah.
But I was arrested.
Let's talk about the first time you got arrested. What happened? What went through your mind? Just take us through that experience.
It was very hard for me kuboshwa kwami. Kakhulu la ngifike ngeva khona ukuthi ngiboshwe eMbamba ngesikhathi ngiboshwe eCape Town.
What was different about being arrested in Cape
In Cape Town, first of all, bese ngikhulile, bengitshele ukuthi it's the last time ngenda i-crime. So I was carrying because I mean beyifanele ingijingise. And then nangiboshwa, I had a wife by the time. Ngitshela vele ukuthi hayi ngimhlala phansi lona yabona. So nangiboshwa ngaboshwa eCape Town, and there was no one that I could turn to in Cape Town. First of all, second, eCape Town awukhulumi isiSwati njengoba sikhuluma. It's either Singisi or other languages. Lela bengiboshwe khona begcwele kakhulu foreigners.
Right.
So it was so tense and sipaning one smaller room, 150 people.
Yeah.
Udengisho space ekubeka nyawo. So ngahlala mina about 6 months in prison.
In Cape Town.
In Cape Town, and it was during winter.
How was that?
My sister, it's very painful. And uyabona njalo ngihlele esitulweni. Prison good esitulo. Mawuhlala uhlala ku floor flat.
Yeah.
And there is no carpet, nothing.
Right.
Kuyabanza. It's a torture.
And 150 in that cell.
150 in that cell, and good ucabangela lomunye.
So you need to survive on
You
your own.
need to make your own way, and silwa every night la. Sibanga kudla, sibanga kulala, positions, everything. Sometimes silwele ukuthi you did a small crime and you got arrested.
Wow.
You backshy actually backshy dog. So it was so painful in a way we would say. It made my mind remember ukuthi bengihlengiwe emasondweni. Then that's why ngafike ngabe sengiba nako kwethuka khona ukuthi hayi man lana angengiphume la.
That was when you were arrested in Cape Town.
In Cape Town.
And that was not the first time.
It was not the first time.
Oba arrested. You had been arrested before.
In South Africa, I think more than 5 times I've been arrested.
And la ekaya, Eswatini?
Eswatini, more than 3 times because sometimes I was arrested during the day because of kuba clever kwaleso sikhathi. But I've been arrested many times kakhulu in South Africa. And South Africa, they know me with different surnames and names because kuboshwa bekungasho ukuthi you have to stop. Ungaboshwa mawuphuma, you have to create another way to continue with the crime or whatever that you need to push.
Look, you've been arrested all this time and then you are in Cape Town nyalo. You shared ukuthi at some point uhleli ejele and it was your worst experience.
Yeah.
And then mawuhleli lapho aqhamuka emavesi.
Yeah.
Lobo wakhumbula. Tell us about that breakthrough, that turnaround in your life.
The worst one is it was the one day, I think basically 3 months in prison. Ngiyahamba siya masifika enkantolo ngiyokwenda i-reminding nje ngiyocela i-bail. So apparently lelo langa kwasentenziwa 3 walabanye ema-convict lebenginawo. Laba bebane ma-case lamancane kunalawami. kubo boyi-3 kude ngisho omunye le bamsentensa less than 7 years. So ngathuka lapho ukuthi kushuthi mina ngamhlala na 20 years la prison.
It was a reality check.
A reality kimi ngabona ukuthi la kuyabhetha. Then nangibuyela emuva ngaba nale pain. My wife was pregnant by the time mangimshiya mina. Then ngaba nale pain and nangise prison. Sometimes ngikhala prison bukhona kushaya bese khona kushayela noma kuphi because of the way it is the corruption. So ngamshayela umkami and then I could feel ukuthi she's crying every day. So ngase ngiyadecide one day ngathi no man, I heard about this kind of salvation thing labathi insindiso. One day ngabo 12 ebusuku then I wake up ngathi no man, bangalaleki ngahamba ngaye toilet because lapha bungabanga umsindo prison kuyashaywa na vele wabanga umsindo nje you'll be punished and then rather than ukuthi labala letiboshwa takushaya. Then nangifika toilet ngathandaza and angathi nokuthi bengithandaza ngithini but I did pray ngathi Nkosi, I've never did this. Namhla ngizokucela ngivile basho ukuthi wena uyasitana kunjani ngiyakucela. If ungamane ungisithe ngiphumela. Angiyophinze ngibuyele kuma drugs, angiyophinze ngiboshwe. Nangaphuma nje la kuphela ungikhokhela ngiyovele ngibuyele ekhaya.
Uqale phansi empilo.
Into lengiyoyenda ngakhuluma into lengazange ngase ngayicabanga. Ngathi uma ngingaphuma la ngiyohamba ngifike eSwatini ngishumayele house to house to noma ngingenamali ngiyokwenda lokho Nkosi as long nangikhokha la.
And that happened.
It happened exactly.
Waphuma and wabuya ekhaya.
Ngabuya ekhaya.
Wahamba washumayela.
Nangiphuma ngaphuma kwaba imiracle ngoba ngasuka eCape Town bengina 10 rand ukugcina but ngafika la eSwatini ngana next. Don't get motivating la ishabe bangithengela kudla. Ngafika.
That was God at work.
Ngafika la eSwatini. Nangifika eSwatini ngashintsha ngahamba ngangena evangelical lelinye libandla lezulwini ngafike ngakhonda khona. Then ngafike lapho ngayiqinisa ke nyalo insindiso yami ngaphakama baba ngasinziswa.
So today it's a happy ending, you know, viewers, a happy ending. Nyalo uyashumayela uyakhona motivate abantu bafundise ukuthi impilo of committing crime akusiyona. And I'm also happy to hear ukuthi you are pursuing your degree in theology. So lona lapho you are, you know, uyadaka ukuthi ube ngumfana nkulunkulu. Phumlani, our conversation is very interesting and unfortunately we have run out of time. It would be nice to actually just share more, but I would just like to say thank you very much for being a role model. We need to hear ma-stories lanjena siyabadinga abophumlane simelane labafana nawe labakhona ukuthi bangene ku-crime uboshiwe on numerous occasions, but God being God, wakhona kukusindisa wakhokha, you know, from darkness, and yalo, you are a living light. With that said, Phumlani, I want to say thank you, and I have a gift for you here. This is from Eswatini Candles, our good friends, on a Cuppa with Nomcebo. This is a candle that I'd like to gift you. And I want to just say, Phumlani, continue being the light that you are. You are an inspiration. Ongatsinwa baba. Ongatsinwa njengoba ushido. Bantu, they are all around you. Push the word of God. Thank you very much for coming on the show. And with that, I hope you had a wonderful time. It was an eye-opening conversation, and I do hope that someone watching this show is actually making that decision to be another Phumlani Smelani. Thank you for joining us on Eswatini TV. Good night.